Hello world, hello YouTube, hello everybody. This is going to be another in my Ghetto Prepper series. Oh, I mean, this is going to be another video in my Ghetto Prepper series of videos. And this one I'll call Heat That Liquid, or Heat That Water. Okay, so what we have here today is a few items in my yard that could potentially heat water or whatever. So I have here my boiling pot. I found this big old boiling pot. This boiling pot I got from one of my workplaces. A hole got cooked through it, so I took some JB weld, and by God, there's the deal. Plug that hole right up. JB weld. Never count them old pots out. So, let's move on. What we have here is, first of all, the old dependable barrel bottom for fire with grate, a electric hot plate, and the star of our show, guts to a propane water heater. So, what I was thinking is, I got this out of my old water heater, and boy, would I had liked to have had a propane water heater and my electric one, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So, assets and deficits. Assets to this, you can control it, thermostatically controlled. Hot plate's a little small, but it depends on how much you want to heat it. If you're just looking for hot water, that you can whoosh yourself in, then hey, it'll do it. You can turn it on high even if you have this thing full, it would do the job. Asset. Deficit is you gotta plug it in. And that's just not that great for remote locations or when there is nowhere to plug it in, that kind of thing. So I don't know, this, fine for the kitchen, fine for this, but I have a stove in the kitchen, I have all that there, and I don't see really the need to even keep this really at all. So let's put that to the side. What we have here is the ever popular fire pit. Uncontrollable, it's dangerous, keeps you warm, but you gotta feed it constantly, you gotta be around it. And attend it, because leaving a fire unattended is, well, it's detrimental. So I'm thinking that is just way out of the question, except for pleasure and roasting hot dogs and this and that. And it'd get your water too hot. You could never control the temperature of the water. And you can if you get real slick about it. So I'm not that happy with that. Now, our star of the show is water heater guts. Okay. Water heater guts, burner, controls, thermostat, pilot light. Right here is your thermocoupler to tell you, the temperature of your water. And here's how to set it. And I dug this out of the old water heater I had, as a propane water heater. And me, by God, I was trying to tear the darn thing completely apart. Because if you measure a water heater, right, there's the sheet metal on the outside that you can flatten out and dang near make a car out of. Top and bottom, there's some insulation. There's the tank itself, right, that you can cut in half. There's 2 barbecue pits if you cut it lengthwise. You can cut it top bottom, but usually there's probably a hole in it, and that's why you're cutting it up anyway. So let's move on. Now, question for Ironhead 41. Where is it that you need to have real good temperature control with the hands-off capabilities to where you can just set it and forget it? All you'd really have to do, the assets are that. You can set it, there's temperature controls, you can hook it up. All you need is a regulator, propane, and related hose, plumbing, and tubing. All you'd have to do really is plumb this in, right? Get your thermocoupler in there. You know, you can even, set it up a little. You can do anything you want. Build a nice little frame about it. And instead of using, one of them turkey frying, deep frying cooker flame burners, where you just turn it on and this and that with the knob, get it? You can set it and forget it. Man, where would that come in handy, Ironhead? So, where is it that you need to have precise temperature without boiling? So that's the assets. I don't see any deficit to this except for building an infrastructure to it, a frame, getting it put together, some plumbing fittings, lid, so yeah, anyway. And there it is. Now let's go back to our, where is it? Let's bring back this one in. Bring this one back in. Okay, this one. You need electric. And what I always say is, you can't get a can of electric, but you can get a can of propane. So I don't see any real drawbacks to this as opposed to heating water. And I'm telling you true right now, because I ran out of propane periodically through the years of living here. I've gone several days, a week, almost 2 weeks without hot water. Bad. I mean, it is just a disaster to not have hot water in the home. People say you make a list of what you need, in a survival situation, or just to exist, or this and that. They say water, air, water, food, shelter, or what I would call temperature control, because my clothes are temperature control. If I have clothes, I'm not that, I can manage without shelter. So temperature control, and on from there. After that, they're kind of wants, comfort items. I'm saying water, hot water, food, because some of it gets pretty smelly, and, that's just ugly. So, hot water, among other things and other uses, you can put the guts to a hot water or a water heater to use. So, what is that? Where can you apply this there, Ironhead? That's what I'm saying. And you can set it up like that. Now remember, this is going to go in, figure, we'll go like this, that far, right? Plumb it in there, or you can plumb it out as long as there's tube and the water gets to it and tells your thermostat what to do. You can set it and forget it. Come back a couple days later, and you're done. Know what I mean, Vern? Ironhead? So there it is. Ghetto Prepper Series. Heating liquids remotely. And that's what I have to say about that. Alright. There you go. Oh, here we go. Get some FaceTime going. Ah, you darn thing. There you go. Boiling pot management. Water heater guts. Don't count them out. Don't count those old water heaters out, because you can do a million things with them. Like I said, you got sheet metal, the tank itself, the plumbing fittings, the controls and burner, because they just flip right out. Once you take this here off, it's yours. And it's even pilot lit. I mean, how cool is that, or how hot is that, Holmes? Oh, by the way, Holmes in French means man. So, there it is. Think of it. See, nice, beautiful burner. Perfectly well, perfectly fine. Plumbed, everything ready to rock. So, there it is. Ghetto Prepper Series. Hot water, or whatever you want to get warm. Alright. Live by your wits, not by your worries. The nicer you make it, the less you can take it. Peace. Bye. I hate when I do that. Hello again. P.S. to my water heater, remote water heater issue. Now I'm all messed up. Remember, with propane, which is a bit of a drawback, but not really, always have to use the applicable propane regulator. Now this would be a big one because, you know, it's a household water heater, so as opposed to a small one, right, for the little stoves like the one I got here, little stove. See, little stove. This one takes the small one, and I want to be thorough since I already messed up. The water heater guts will more than likely take the large one because it's a household item. It's not a recreational heater or, you know, smaller stove item. Remember that. All right, bye.